Hi folks, 2017, question B2 here. So part A is draw the plan elevation of the two planes, and I've done that, and the measurements, remember, for spatial coordinates are in, up and down, okay? And I just, for coming in, I took 100 off all of them, and it keeps it tight on the top left hand side of your sheet for an A3, okay? Part B then is asking us to get the dihedral angle between the planes. This line A, so the line AB is the line of intersection between the planes. It's at 45 degrees, which makes it nice and handy for us. So we'll kick off there. We're going to look in at it to get the true length. And I'm going to take 1 point from each plane as usual. Very standard procedure. Now, at this stage, after all the practice you should have done. And we set up our XY line out here. Okay, so X1, Y1. B is a height of 60. As we know from the setup. A is on the ground there. It has no height. 2 views back. And then F and D are on the ground, hence why I picked them. They're handy ones. Now that's the true length of the line of intersection. So the next thing we're going to do there is we're going to look in along it. We want to see that line as a point view. So we'll extend on that line there. And then we'll run on F and D here as well. Set up your X2, Y2. And the age-old question, which line is it I measure from for getting this view? So it's 2 views back. So a new view, 1 views back, 2 views back. And you know you're measuring off the right one because the XY line is parallel to the line of intersection. Only when it's A and B in this case are the same distance can you get a point view over here. So we'll measure these guys. So that there on that notch is a point view of A and B. F and D, we'll measure these. And that is our dihedral angle there, folks. Now, part C then is saying to us, determine the true shape of the surface ABCD. On the true shape, include a 20 mm diameter for the porthole, given the center is 30 from AB and 50 from point D. Okay, so we need a true shape. Okay, so we have the line AD on the ground. Okay, so let's look along this now. Okay. We can set up an X1, Y1 line here. Now AD is on the ground. B has a height of 50. New view, 1 views back, 2 views back. And you could mark off the height to C, but it'll be here anyways where it cuts the projection line. Okay. Now what are we going to do? I'm going to knock that onto the ground. Okay. So if you get your compass there, we're going to set it on AD. That's going to be our hinge point. Swing it down onto the ground there. Swing B onto the ground. And then we're going to bring them back up parallel to our projection lines. These guys would fall out at a right angle. Okay, that give me B1. This guy out here. Knock down C, that gets me C1. So he's coming out. That gets me C1. And I'll join them up now. And I'll lightly shade it in just to make it stand out. the widths didn't change, the distances for C and B from AD did though. So within that now is the true shape, okay? Now, the next thing we're asked for there was part of that was the porthole, okay? So it's telling us that its center is 30 mil from the line AB. So I would do a parallel line, 30 mil to AB. I'll put in this color here as well. So somewhere along that line is the center. And the other thing was, it was 50 from D. So set your compass to 50. And we swing from D. And that gets us the point to put down our circle, okay? And that's our porthole there, okay? Now, I'm not going to shade in the rest of that because there's a few more things going on with this, okay? And we'll need to be working here. So that is part C done. Now, part D then, it says the midpoints of the lines AB, AD, and AF define the oblique plane which contains this seat. Draw the elevations and seat of this plane, okay? So if your AF is on the ground, so we'll just set down our ruler there, set square, measure that, and get the halfway point, which is here, sorry. And same on AD. And then we get the halfway line on AB. Now, when you have a pencil there, you can spot the halfway point, right? But if I was to pick up this pencil, the halfway point will still be on the halfway point, okay? So you can just go ahead and you can half the line there, AB. And we're going to draw in, I'll just get this color brown, these light construction lines here. Now, the only thing is we're told these 2 points, the seat doesn't actually rest on the ground. It's 5 mil above the ground. So I have a 5 mil construction line put in there already. Now, I'll still get this point. I'll call it S, and I'll call this guy T. Okay. I'll call this guy X up here at the top. There'll be X there. T will be here. And S. Now we'll still join up these guys to X. Okay. And now we have the base of the seat here. So it's actually going to be, I'll call that point 1 and 2. Okay. So 1 and 2 are found on that by drawing T to X, and then there's a 5 mil line coming across. So do that in hidden detail now. And now we'll drop down 1 and 2 onto our construction lines. That's 1. There's 2 down there. And that's our seat drawn in now. And we can finish out the rest then as it shows us. In the question. The hidden detail under the seat there. Okay, so that's the seat put in. Now the very last thing they're asking us there is to get the horizontal and vertical traces of this seat, okay? And usually what we've done, but we've actually already done from drawing that seat is, usually we find, well, the way I usually go about it is I find 2 points on the horizontal trace first. So I would take that as the plane there, and I would extend down a leg, which I've already done, which gets us S there. So we did this in the setup. You drop it down, okay, and you extend out the leg and plan as well. That would find you S. So that's 1 point actually already got on the horizontal trace. And do the exact same with T. I would extend out the leg from X through 2 to get T, if I hadn't done already. And I'd drop it down, do the same thing down here. And so that's actually another point there on the horizontal trace. So you actually have S and T are 2 points on the horizontal trace. Put it in, mark in H, T, and of course if we want to get the vertical trace, we take any known point, we'll take X, which is handy, bring up a line parallel to the horizontal trace. Where it hits the ground, we'll go up vertical, and then we just bring it out to meet it. Where the 2 cross there now, that is the point there on the, this is the point here now on the vertical trace, okay? So bringing up a parallel line to the horizontal trace, where it hits the ground line, bring it up, bring it out, and that gets you a point there on the vertical trace. So a lot in that question there, folks, but you know, a nice and handy enough one at the same time, okay? There's nothing too majorly complicated about it. So I hope you found that useful, folks. More videos to come. Take care. Stay safe.